Welcome,
Welcome.
ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again. We took a week off, but once again, welcome to Date Night with the Crafts, right?
Yeah.
And I am Justin Kraft,
Yeah.
and my beautiful co-host, Miss Birthday Girl.
Oh.
Yes, I thought I had a lot of things I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were gonna say.
Let's let it be known, Miss Birthday Girl.
Hey.
Yes, the big birthday this coming Saturday.
Kiara.
Kiara Kraft.
Take your
So
booty.
everybody,
I'm
yay!
gonna twerk for y'all.
All
I don't know how to twerk, but this.
All right.
Okay.
So we look forward to celebrating that. But anyway, so here we are. We had a week off.
We didn't have a week off. I mean, what we did instead, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all got to get with me and let me know. We got Justin's name up instead of my name. But you Kiara Kraft today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what we did was we had those conversations with Amaya and Nick and Courtney and Josie.
Yeah.
And then Stan and Keely. Because I wanted to, at some point, y'all, I'm putting this documentary out about relationships. I'm just letting y'all know where I'm going with this at some point. But I just wanted to talk to people about their origin stories.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to find out what part of a person's story made them fall in love. And I wanted them to make a promise for the future. Yeah. So it's just like a little, Amaya's was like the shortest, like 3-4 minutes. The other was like 6-7 minutes. And it was just basically a short form of their story.
Yeah, and it was really good. And it was kind of funny because Amaya was on there talking, and she still had the retainer at the time.
Yes.
So she had a lift, but she was talking like this. I thought that was so funny. I was like,
pissed off when she sees it.
I know, but it's funny because I was like, people are gonna think that she really talks like
No,
that,
she doesn't.
but she doesn't because she had that retainer.
She has
thing
no
in her mouth.
appliance at the top of her mouth.
She had that old school appliance thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was funny. But no, they're getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people watching it, several thousand views. So I mean, it's really cool.
So if y'all like that and that's the type of content that y'all want us to continue to create, I'm here for it. I got that new camera, and I'm trying to use it every chance I get. Right. So y'all let me know, and I'll keep putting on more of those. And if y'all would like to participate, maybe it's a couple that watches our show and you would like to participate, hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs, and I'll go ahead and get that started.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, got to be in Houston because I'm not traveling to do it.
Yeah, we can't.
Unless we're out and about or something. You never know.
Yeah.
But
something, a possibility, if we have a certain format and then they film it to that format, then you can slide it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good
you know what I'm saying? To say, hey, look, do it just like this, have this much, and follow this format, these few steps, and then send it to us just like that, and it'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all about that. Let us know
definitely,
if y'all want to do that. That's something that I'm definitely open to. As far as our cocktail, the cocktail for this week, if y'all go to the page, I've already posted it to the page. It's this red wine hot chocolate for the holidays. I'm going to try it this weekend, and you cook it in a slow cooker. It's like, looks so decadent and so rich, and it's like a whole bottle of wine goes into the recipe. So I'm going to make it this week. It's called red wine hot chocolate. So I'll make that, and I'll take some pictures and I'll post it. And also too, I have a ton of Starbucks gift cards that I got for giveaways. So for people that share this particular episode, DM me and I will send you a gift card from Starbucks.
Definitely. We'll definitely send
I'm gonna do that this week and maybe next week since it's my birthday. I'm gonna bless y'all too.
And also too, I want to add one other thing to the drink thing. Because I want to add my fried tequila.
Your fried tequila?
Yeah, I want to add that on there.
Well, we'll do that next week.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Maybe we'll make it and then we'll put it on there because those fried tequilas, because it's more of a dessert than it is just a drink, and I think that. But we can figure out a way to add it. Maybe we'll do the fried tequila with the hot chocolate this weekend, and we'll post some pictures.
Sounds like a whole lot, but okay. Yeah.
It's not a whole lot. This is your idea.
I know it is.
And it's my birthday, so we should be doing a whole lot for my birthday.
Yes, the turn up.
My birthday is actually not until Saturday, so I want to hear from y'all. I want all kind of happy birthday messages, just flooding my timeline. If it's not
Facebook calls,
don't call me through Messenger.
Don't do that shit.
Don't do that shit. I hate that.
It's creepy.
Very, very.
It's really fucking creepy.
It is. But send me text messages. Post it to my timeline. DMs. I'll take those too. But y'all show some love.
Yeah, always show love.
Nothing is better than happy birthday wishes.
Exactly.
But what did we do last week? Last week for our date night.
Oh, what did we do last? Oh, well, that was
Thanksgiving.
Well, we went to Steak.
We went to Steak 48.
Went to Steak 48.
Yes.
And it was dope. We decided not to have the traditional sit at home, stay up. Yeah, cook for 28 hours.
Yeah.
And then,
hungry by the time, And the thing is, like, all that food typically goes to waste.
It always goes to waste at our house.
Anyway,
like,
it does
more than
because
half
you don't
of it
eat
goes to waste.
leftovers.
Mm-mm.
You don't eat leftovers.
No.
But, Gabriel's probably the only one that's going to eat all of that food. So I didn't feel like just cooking a whole bunch of food just for Gabriel's ass to just eat up.
No.
And it'd be, nasty. So we went to Steak 48. And we took the kids shopping, and we did,
Yeah, we just did a few things like that.
I got you out to do the what's that? The Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, we did.
What was that experience like for you?
It was just like how I thought it was gonna be, except there was no violence because it was at the Galleria.
Wait, you wanted to see some violence?
No, I didn't care to see no violence.
Okay.
I want to see violence. I go to fucking Walmart. That shit. But I didn't want to see that. No, we went to the Galleria, and it was very relaxed. It was just crowded.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It was very tame.
Yeah, it was very tame. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't even like an anxiety level crowded. It was kind of just medium level,
So we went shopping.
Mm-hmm.
That was our date night with the
kids.
That
was our date night, yeah.
That was okay.
It was all right.
It was all right.
So this weekend, I'm going to make up for it. And so this weekend's going to be like lit from Friday to Sunday.
When will I know what your plans are for my birthday?
I can kind of tell you.
No, don't tell me.
All right. Well,
I hate secrets, but
I know, but you look in the bank account and like, well, where's all this money going to? And it's like, and it's telling you where it's going.
It's hard to surprise somebody who constantly looks at the money.
Right.
Because, y'all, I check the money all day. As a matter of fact, I get text messages when purchases over $100 are made.
Yeah, I got it.
So I'm asking him, like, what's this and what's that? So I'm sorry. I will stop looking at the bank account.
No, you don't have to look at the bank account in case you just want to.
It's not that I have to.
Yeah.
I just like looking at our money.
I know. It's kind of cute.
It is. It's cute. It's like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's like,
look at this.
Yeah.
look at him doing big things. I look at that and I'm so proud of you.
Right,
okay.
Right,
but I'll stop looking until after my birthday so that I don't have to charge you up about charges.
Yeah, please don't.
Because I'm like, what is it?
Yeah, I know, right? So
and I forgot that you were planning birthday stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited about this episode.
You got something right above your eye right there.
What?
A crumb or something. It's been bothering me the whole
time. What is a crumb?
Yeah.
I was eating some chips. Get it.
Yes, right here.
Get it.
Damn, man.
Is my hair all right too?
Yeah, your hair's fine.
Y'all know for 6 episodes of this show, they had my hair all up like this. Nobody said shit.
I'm not a hair person.
I'm looking back at like an episode of like that something about Mary when she had the nut in her hair.
Yeah, the cow lick nut thing.
Yeah, that's what they had me looking like.
It was like
every episode, all of season 1. I should do a whole thing about how fucked up my hair looked in season 1.
You could, but I wouldn't do it.
Okay, I might though. It was kind of funny when I looked back at it.
Just make it short.
I'm gonna blame Kyla for that though, because she's supposed to be checking me.
Nah.
Okay, but without further ado, the name of this particular episode of Date Night is not Sex in the City, Single in the City.
Single in the City.
Yeah, so we have a special guest. We do. She is everywhere in Atlanta, y'all. I need to go to the introduction that I was given because it was so dope. So
grand.
Today we are joined by hot girl Christal Jordan. She's the beauty and brains behind the brand Enchanted PR, an entertainment-based PR firm in Atlanta, working with brands such as Red Bull and Coca-Cola. But wait, there's more. She's also a celebrity relationship expert for Good Day Atlanta on Fox, host of Reality Check for Rolling Out, and 1/3 of the Music Love Life podcast. Wow. What don't you do? So without further ado, let's introduce our guest. Y'all start clapping. Miss Christal Jordan.
All right.
How are you, beautiful?
All right.
Hey, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. That was an awesome intro. Like, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Whoever wrote that, I owe them.
Wait, hold on just a moment. We hear something in the background. Something is coming up. I can't hear her. I can only hear that.
What?
What is that? I'm sorry, y'all. We have some technical difficulties. I'm sorry, Christal. Just a moment. I can hear myself, but I can't hear her. This is why y'all be telling me not to do stuff live, and I'd be like, nah. We can't hear her again. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, Christal.
It's okay.
Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I get it totally. I do this.
So before we get started, I like to always ask a question to like break the ice. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a story written about your life, what would be the
Hmm.
title?
Oh wow, that's a good one. It would be The Colored Butterfly.
Wow.
Hmm.
Why would you choose that title?
You know what? I wrote a poem titled The Colored Butterfly when I was like 11
Mm-hmm.
because it took me a long time to really learn to love the skin I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, as a woman of color, growing up, sometimes we don't always appreciate our colors or the things that make us special.
Yes.
And so my poem at that age was learning how to appreciate my brown skin,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the shape that I was, and
Yeah.
just, going through that period of getting to love yourself. And then then of course you become the butterfly. So I've always related to, especially women of color, because I think that we have such a different experience growing up and kind of identifying who we are
Yeah.
than other women. So that's what the
I
title would
agree.
be.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Thank
Brown
you.
skin girl. I'll
Yes.
sing for y'all some other time because I don't know those words. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
trying.
Yes, where was Beyonce when I was growing up? Man, that is
Right?
beautiful. Yes.
Right. Well, how did you get into media? Because you have so many hats that you wear in media. What was it about media that drew you in, and how did you actually break through? Because that's not an easy career path.
It's not, but you know what? The funny thing is, when I grew up between I was born in Ohio, but I grew up in Oklahoma,
Mhm.
and I went to a amazing charter school, the high school named Booker T. Washington, and we had a television department, and so
Okay.
I had my own show, and I had a friend of mine was my producer, and I don't even know why I started doing that because I really was very insecure at that age, but I just love talking to people and
Mhm.
I love talking about issues. So I had a show and then we went to college together. Well, I went to college and my friend went to the Army,
Mhm.
but eventually she came to University of Oklahoma and I had another show.
Okay.
I just ended up doing that. And so I loved, talking about issues that were important. It was all about what was going on the campus of OU with the African American students. We had a really small population there.
Okay.
And I loved doing that, but I felt like I never considered it as a career because I just felt like I may not have what it takes to be in front of the camera.
Got you.
So I got married early, I had kids early, and I kind of put my dreams on the back burner.
What's
And so
early? Because your
I
story is
started
starting
doing
to sound a lot like mine.
yeah, well, I think it's a lot of our stories. So I put my dreams in the back burner.
Mhm.
I started doing public relations, which I loved,
Mhm.
but I totally abandoned being in front of the camera and really kind of hid behind the camera because I felt like maybe that's not for me anymore. I need to be a mother and a wife and focus on that. And the crazy part is my daughter was born when I was a sophomore in college.
Okay.
I got married, had a son by the time like the first year after graduation, and my children are now grown. And
Okay.
so for God to bring the opportunity back full circle after my kids became grown on their own is absolutely amazing to
Yeah.
me. I'm blown away by it because I would have thought if someone told me that you'd be doing things in front of the camera after your kids are grown, I would have laughed at them because as a woman you think, oh my God, I got to be as young and beautiful as possible. I can't, I definitely would not be doing this once my kids are older.
I
But it just
understand.
shows that whatever is for you and it will make its way back around. God has never forgotten you. And, there's always an opportunity to chase your dreams.
I agree. I agree. I was saying that your story sounds a lot like me and Justin's story because when Justin and I first met, I was a musician. I'm still a
Hmm.
musician, but I put those dreams on the back burner. We got married. I was 19. He was 20.
Yeah.
Had a kid
Yeah.
at 21. You
Oh,
know,
wow. Yeah.
yeah. So we always joke about living our life in reverse
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
now that our kids are grown, now we're finally getting a chance to get out there. And you don't think
Absolutely.
that things will wait for you like that, but like you said, God will prepare a way for you. And then you'll
Absolutely.
get that chance when you don't even think that chance is available to you to go after your dreams. You just got to stay, focused and get it done. You
Yep.
know,
Absolutely.
Yep.
I
um,
agree
I was
100%.
reading that you do a lot of celebrity interviews for Rolling Out, and I was going to ask, who
Hmm.
was the most memorable interview that you've had?
Wow. I really enjoy talking to everybody.
Yeah.
People are interesting to me. It was an honor. I think I was probably the most nervous to interview Charlemagne the God.
Mm,
Um, because he is, he interviews people and I have a lot of respect for him.
hmm.
Um, but it was a great experience. He actually complimented me on the interview, which was really dope. Interviewing Van Jones was an honor because I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed those, but I really enjoy talking to everybody that I sit down with because I think that everybody has a story. Everybody has something that you can learn from.
Well, I was going to ask you, like we were talking about, you wearing the hats that you wear. One of your hats that we mentioned was celebrity relationship expert.
Yes.
What is, in your opinion, constitutes a relationship expert?
You know what? I call myself, I do a celebrity relationship segment, and I'm a celebrity relationship support. I report on relationships. So I don't consider myself an expert. I think that I'm somebody that is able to report about them, but that doesn't make me a relationship expert.
Okay.
I do a column called Relation Tips with relationship expert Terry Duran. And I'm a relationship editor for Rolling Out, and I do a segment for Fox 5, but I definitely, what qualifies somebody as an expert, that's a hard thing because what someone will suggest that may work for one person may not work for somebody else.
That's true.
So I don't think there's any such thing as a true, like, across the board a relationship expert. I think that's a really difficult thing to kind of like gauge what's successful and what's not.
I agree.
Yeah, I can almost agree.
Almost.
Right?
Not all the way though.
Because I consider myself an expert.
You consider yourself an expert. Well, what makes you a relationship expert, Justin Kraft?
It's my natural ability to understand psychology.
Okay.
And not only just psychology, but just the whole thing of relationship and how it's wrapped around this world. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to go
You
too
mean like
deep.
romantic relationships or just relationships in general?
Relationships in general. I'm talking about the ones from deep space all the way to planet Earth.
You've never been to deep space, though. You've been to deep space?
Hell yeah,
I'm sorry. Enlighten me. Okay, let me be.
No,
let me shut
go
my
over
mouth.
at a different time.
Okay.
I want to get back to interviewing her.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, we'll get into it later. But just let you know that I'm considered close to.
You're close. So okay.
Maybe.
So y'all know my new favorite word is adjacent. So you're an expert adjacent.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe. All right, let's fuck with y'all. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was
but I'm not.
On what?
No, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Christal, back to you. On one of the episodes of Music Love Life, you talked about a guy that you went to the movies with that didn't want to pay for popcorn and a drink. Are guys really like that? Or where they don't want to be gentlemen? Because I consider that being a gentleman.
It's happening. It's happening. Just be happy that you're not dating, okay? Be very happy because I've had guys. Another funny experience that I didn't talk about on the show is I had a guy tell me that he did not believe in taking girls to dinner. Eating with somebody was as spiritual as it was. Very spiritual I guess interaction. He said if you break bread with somebody, it's like intimacy to me. So I don't believe in being intimate with somebody unless we're at a different level. So basically, he doesn't believe in spending money on dinner. I mean, men are saying amazing things, and I do have to say that I can understand because after I got divorced, I remember dating, and I thought, wow, this has got to be very expensive for guys. I'll admit that it has. If they're dating multiple women, that's got to be really expensive. But I think the answer is just to date quality more so than quantity.
Yes.
But that's my advice. But they definitely are giving excuses that are laughable.
Yeah. So from what I hear, men are very confused as to what's an appropriate date. And that's what I hear a lot of the time too from my girlfriends who are actively out there dating, because now that women are making more money, sometimes we're making more money than men, and we're always pushing for equality, and we're always pushing for, to be accepted for more than just what's between our legs. We want to be seen for. So basically now that we are raising the bar, as far as what we can bring into relationships, men are wanting us to also bring something financially to these relationships, starting from the dating part. And I'm actually I don't know. I can't. I haven't dated as an adult.
I know.
Or in this era, so it's hard for me to speak on.
Yeah, I know, because I'm going off of information that
Yeah.
I just get from other people. No, don't get me wrong. I do pry, and I do get into a lot of people's information.
You being the male voice,
Mhm.
what's the problem? Why can't y'all just pay for some damn dinner?
I think it's a complex, layered answer, right?
Okay.
Because at one point it's very simple in its form. You're dealing with broke fuck niggas. So if you're dealing with broke fuck niggas, then yeah, a $20, because popcorn at the movies is now $20.
Yeah.
A drink is $28, and then you add in some candy, you're talking about $40.
So he shouldn't be dating if he broke.
He shouldn't be dating if he is that broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you
can't
got
afford pussy.
exactly.
I'm
but
sorry.
you
it's
got
the truth though.
But it's the
I
truth.
agree with you. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But you got people out there that do.
Trying to get bargain pussy.
They're trying to get bargain pussy. The other day I was in a barbershop. God forgive me. No one's watching, so not gonna. I know none of these people watching, so I can easily
People in
say
your
this.
barbershop can watch
People-
the show
no,
just because you said
I
that.
know, right? But my barber was talking to a guy he loaned money to.
Okay.
And he was like, when are you going to have my money? He was like, man, I'll have it next week and all that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you borrowed $100 to go trick. He said, you borrowed $100 from me
Wait.
to go trick.
So men are borrowing. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
You understand that concept?
I got
So
that.
the fact is, a guy called him up and said, man, can I borrow $100? Not because he was in trouble, not because a bill was due, not because his kid was hungry. He needed $100 to go trick because he didn't have money to trick in the first place.
Wow.
Okay.
That's deep.
So niggas is doing romance on borrowed time and money.
Borrowed other people's money.
Yeah, so he's taking you out
So it's
on
like a
borrowed
payday
money.
loan.
It's a payday loan. So he's kind of like, damn, I kind of want to save some of this money, but I want to take you out at the same time. That's one aspect of it, right? The second aspect is hurt men, right?
Hurt men.
The men that have been hurt,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, and so they kind of in their feelings a little bit. They kind of
So
are
they don't
real
wanna give
cautious.
women anything.
They don't want to give anything. Like,
Got you.
she asked for this, you know, she
You know
trying to play
what?
me, you know, that type of
Because this
shit.
guy,
okay.
the guy that did that with the popcorn, I would not date a guy that could not afford that. So he was definitely able to afford it. But I feel like he was trying to make sure that he's not being used. And I'm like,
Oh Lord.
I'll pay, like, trust me, I'm good on paying for my own popcorn, paying for my own dinner. I think that he was just, like you said, a hurt guy or a guy that doesn't want to feel like he's getting played.
Yeah.
But you can't play somebody for dinner or popcorn. Like, that's a whack play.
Right?
You know?
Right.
That's a whack play.
Well, I'm saying I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like I know what. No, but the reason I'm saying from my point of view is that I know a lot of dudes that pretend.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I said that. But also too, I also know from the second part you were saying is that you know, some guys are just they're a little wishy-washy with it, and then they feel like you said this is from living in the past.
Yeah.
You know, one or two women hurt them. So now they're like really cautious about buying popcorn, and it's really silly
It is.
because you can't live in the
me
past
tell
and
you.
envision a futuristic relationship.
I can't say because I'm not dating, but I can say this as a woman. It costs us so much money to prepare for a date. You talking about hair, you talking about nails, you talking about makeup, your outfit. We have invested way more money into this date than a man could ever imagine just to look good and presentable for him.
Right.
So some popcorn or
I
a dinner, you know, won't even come close to the investment that we've made to look beautiful.
No,
for that day.
But see, I understand that, and I agree 100%. And that is through a man's lens. Keep
Got
in
it.
mind, I said keyword man,
Yeah.
man's lens.
Yeah.
I mean, you show up to a date like that, and the man will say, wow,
Yeah.
she went this extra mile. She looks really great. I'm going to make sure that she has a great time.
Yeah.
A boy,
So that's the trade-off. That's the transaction.
right.
I present beauty, and you buy me a meal.
But also, too, from a boy's lens,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He just thinks, oh, well, you look like that all the time. He doesn't even think for once about the effort you put into your look and all
Yeah,
that.
I can see that.
But also, too, from a man's eyes, if you show up wearing sweats and your hair's all over your head and you look a certain way, he's going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
He's not gonna wanna go on
she's
that.
cheap.
Because if we came as is without that investment, you
Yeah.
would feel it.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Crystal?
I'll say he wouldn't want to go. He would definitely not want to go. He would definitely not want to go. I actually had had a guy one time. We were gonna go to a picnic in the park. He invited me on the date. I didn't invite him. And so I put on shorts and sneakers and, like a baby tee. It was cute.
Yeah.
He got to the house and he was like, are you going to put on something else? You're going to put on a dress? And I was just like, we're sitting down in Piedmont Park. You want me to put on a dress? So I actually went and did it, but I was like super pissed because I'm like, they really do expect, something different. It was early right after my divorce. So I was like, okay, well, let me go put on. Now I'd have been like, no, how about we just don't go?
Yeah.
But I actually went, put on a sundress, and I'm walking around in wedges and a sundress sitting in the park in Piedmont Park. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So he had an expectation
exactly
of what he'd had in his mind, what this date was gonna be looking like, how you'd be dressed.
Absolutely.
And he should have just said that shit.
Fairy tale.
Yeah, he should have said that.
I think that's the problem too, is that a lot of us, we go into these situations with this picture in our head of what it's gonna look like, what it's gonna feel like, what it's gonna be like. And I think that that's where a lot of the disappointment comes in, is because we want people to be a fairy tale.
Yeah,
or we want a produced version of life.
Everybody wants that. Everybody, guys, they always want this fairy thug mother, as I call it.
We do a fairy thug mother.
Yeah, you never heard of a fairy
No,
thug
what's
mother?
a fairy thug mother?
Okay, let me explain.
I couldn't even say that. It got tongue twisted
I
even
know.
trying to say it.
Fairy thug mother.
Okay.
Right? That's it's just like how the woman wants the guy, this hardcore nigga from the streets,
Kinda nerdy.
tats, but he's from Harvard.
Yeah.
He'll shoot you. He'll shoot you, but he knows how to run a business and he takes care of his grandma. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So what's the fairy thug mother?
That the woman's version.
So
of that.
y'all want a girl with some thug in her?
She got to be a little hard. She has a little tat, but she's soft.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She got
Okay.
chest tats, but she won't hit you.
Okay.
Because women with chest tats will hit you. That's a known fact.
I know guys want a virgin porn star.
Yeah, there you go.
I just finished
Something
talking
like
to
that,
my
right?
guy friends about that.
Exactly. It's a
They
unicorn.
want a virgin porn star.
Yeah, it's a unicorn. This is shit that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hey y'all.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin porn star.
there you go. She is a porn star. Oh, she is a porn star.
Wait.
No, I was playing.
You forgot the virgin part. Wait a minute.
This is slightly used, virgin. Slightly used.
Slightly used.
No, I was playing. But
That's not good.
it's a funny joke.
Used.
That's a
You
joke.
can't. When you talk about sex, you can't even put the word used. You see? You messed it up. Oh. Now I'm mad at you.
I love to put Kara in awkward joke situations. But anyway, what I was saying is
okay,
this.
well,
Yeah.
Okay, go. Say this. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Yeah, I thought so. He's talk shit about me. And you get home and you be mad. So he talks this shit about me. Then he don't understand when we get home why I'm pissed off at him.
No.
After he just said, okay.
I always take shots at her. She knows that.
We're talking about slightly, let's say gently used.
Gently used.
A little birdie told me, Christal, that you got a new JJ. What's up with that?
What? How do you get a new one?
Yeah.
I
Sweat like a pig in here.
I do. I went and had a vaginal rejuvenation after a really horrible relationship I was in a couple years ago. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to, how women, we do like a soul searching. I'm like, okay, I want to get rid of all these soul ties. This guy was like, it was just a bad relationship I was in for like a year and a half. So I went and actually had a vaginal rejuvenation. I went to Dr. Lisa Boots Taylor here in Atlanta, and it was a procedure called Thermiva, and they basically they tighten, it makes your vagina, it takes the mileage back. It rolls the odometer back on your vagina. Yes. I did. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you've gotten that, are you more protective of who you... Yes.
Absolutely.
I know. Because that's what I was thinking. I'd be more careful.
Absolutely. Because you got to think about it. The procedure is $5,000, right?
Yeah.
So now I said, you know what? I'm going to approach dating differently. And I wanted to kind of reclaim my time, if you will. But I think, to me, it was kind of like a mind, doing like a mind fuck to myself.
Yeah.
Because I know if I do this, then, you can get caught up in the moment. It's like, I'm not giving you this $5,000 pussy. I'm not doing that. Like, you're not,
I know, right?
You haven't done anything to be worth this. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just going to erase this newness for you so it kind of made me rethink how I looked at even, getting caught up, because I think after, as you become a grown woman, you have sex because you want to have it yourself.
Yes.
But it made me rethink who I wanted to give a chance to be in my space. So absolutely, I think every woman should do it if they want to. It was a great experience, and I would suggest it to every woman that wants to.
Is it a painful experience?
Is
it
what?
painful?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, they don't power wash your walls, if that's
What?
what you're wondering. Yeah, that's what Kara's thinking. Kara's thinking they gonna power wash her walls.
Power wash?
You can't power wash
My
them walls,
walls are
baby.
clean. We talking about like church level, cathedral level clean. I have people coming in polishing my. Shut up. See, you're gonna get yourself in a hole.
But no, I'm aware of vaginal rejuvenation.
What, you want me to get something like
Yes.
that?
I'm aware that it fixes external as well as internal structures.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you have women that
He think he know everything. Tell me about the procedure. Go ahead.
Well, I can get into the cosmetic procedure part when we get into that. What they do with the labia and the clitoris and what they do with the inside of the. Okay,
Ooh.
when we get in with
No,
that.
no, I don't.
So we can go
I
in
don't.
depth with that.
Okay,
baby. No, I do know a lot about it because I just
get
read this
that.
stuff on WebMD sometimes.
You watch the procedures?
Yeah, but but no, I know that it improves a woman's confidence. And I know it does feel it gives you a natural feeling of complete rejuvenation with yourself.
Okay.
And I know about the whole soul tie thing because it does eliminate the feeling of it because the whole thing with a woman is a person goes inside of you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And whether you like it or not, DNA stays inside of you. So rejuvenating that out and getting a fresh one is kind of just cleaning it out. It's like your vagina's getting reupholstered.
Oh, okay.
So then you get a chance. And it does give you the mentality to say, I have been cleansed and this motherfucker is out of me.
Okay.
You never was in me.
Okay.
And not seriously.
So that's what I want for my birthday.
For what? That same nigga gonna move right back in.
Not to clean you out. I just want some.
I know.
I just want to see what it is.
I got
Especially
you.
since it doesn't hurt. It's not painful.
Yeah, but it may be painful afterwards.
Oh.
Because you know.
Wait, does it?
No, because you are. Not that there's ever any issue, but it makes a woman a lot wetter, it makes orgasms a lot easier. It's it's an amazing thing. I think all women should invest in it. I think that women should invest in getting to know their bodies, period.
I do believe that.
I think that a lot of times we as women don't really take the time to love our bodies. I mean, love ourselves and get to know ourselves intimately so that we can be able to articulate that to your partner. So I was kind of a late bloomer. And it took me a while to really get, you got to get to know your own body. So I think that, getting married early, being with one person for, 13 years, you don't really know what you like, what you don't like, what turns you on. That kind of got lost because I didn't really have, I had one partner from the time until I got divorced. So
yeah, it
was good for me to kind of go through that and get to know myself all over again.
I agree. I think I want that for my birthday, at least for Christmas. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah,
I want a lot of stuff. Like they've been asking me what I want for my birthday, Christal. I don't know. After you get to it, I'm gonna be 42. So at this stage in my life, I don't know what I want. I think I'm more flattered by when people just show up with shit. Like, oh, you remember.
Absolutely.
right.
But since
Just
Christmas
try it. Just think of some things and get it. And don't limit yourself. It's a plural situation.
Yeah.
Bring as much as you need to bring.
Yes. But since you're talking about this, Christal, now I know what I want for my birthday. I want a new cooch.
Okay. Reupholstery, man.
But I'm gonna be real particular with it.
Okay.
You can only have it every now and then. It's gonna be rationed.
Oh my God, no, that's fucking stupid. God, I wish you just get off that shit,
I'm
man.
just messing with you.
You're not.
I am messing with you. Do you just have a real moment?
Yeah, you got a real moment.
What?
You're not. But anyway, we move on.
Whoa. Okay, we're gonna talk about this later.
Yeah, talk about this later.
You got that striking
no rationing.
Why?
The clock is ticking in life.
The clock is
Don't
not
ration your vagina. Clock is, especially with your husband. Clock is fucking ticking. I could go out there and get hit by a fucking bus next week,
But
right?
a husband may not be able to take the new vagina, it may be overwhelming.
Oh.
So because husband, I've heard the doctors have told me, I've got a few doctors I've worked with that are plastic surgeons that do this, and they say for people that are married, the husband is like, woo, that's, he may not be able to take it. So you may have to spring it on him slowly because
Mm.
it's a whole different
She doesn't know me.
experience.
She doesn't know
Wait,
me.
wait. Say that again.
No.
Say it again.
What?
She said. Justin said he sits still and he says, "She doesn't know me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm married to a very sick individual.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just don't stop, man. I think it could be a psychology thing. It could be just a whole weird thing that goes on
You're
me.
broken.
I just don't fucking stop, man.
Yeah, you don't.
And yeah. So I mean, but no, I know what you're saying is to be true. I'm pretty sure that with a new vag, that dudes will be shooting pretty fast.
Yeah.
But
So you mean to tell me, and this is maybe TMI, I get a new one, and it's something different than what you've been experiencing for 22 years, and you feel like you're just gonna be able to handle that shit?
Yeah, easy.
All right.
That shit is
So
nothing.
what do I get when you can't handle it?
No, you're getting the fucking you're
But
getting your
I'm
shit
getting that.
reupholstered.
I'm getting that. But when you can't handle it,
Mm-hmm.
like Christal said, and it's too much for you,
Doubt it.
what do I get? Because
What do you already have?
I
You have
don't
everything.
know. Fuck, I don't know. I
You want a
something
fucking island?
I want you to say that I was right. Yeah, but I mean,
I'll buy a
island.
private beach.
Yeah, if you get up to that level, shit, you can. Nothing is
Okay.
ration, sir.
All right.
Okay.
You say that until
I do.
you're sitting on that
Look,
fucking
no,
beach.
wait. I'm fucking tired.
I know you are.
We got kids. I have to manage a house, cook, all that shit. I have a lot to do. I'm
understand.
exhausted. So
Understand.
you know what? I don't want a new vagina. Give me an extra set of energy. If you can give me an extra supply of energy coming into my life, then you can have as much sex as
No,
you
get
want.
a new vagina too.
Okay.
It'll
And
be
give me
fun.
some extra energy
It'll be fun.
so you can stop complaining about
Okay,
rations.
so let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Does because you did mention that it becomes wetter, right? So your vagina is more springy.
It's tighter. It's wetter.
Springy. But it also, does it make you more hornier?
Well, I think mentally you're more horny because it gets wetter. It's wet. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a problem.
It's a lot
with
more
that.
sensitive. It's a lot more sensitive too. It's picking up on everything. It's a lot more sensitive. So that would be a yes.
No, that means you put that little rabbit thing on it. It's about, that'd be it. It's be like, here we go. That's it. You're
That's
done.
it?
That's
2
it.
seconds?
Yeah, 2 seconds in and out.
We gotta move on.
All right, go ahead. Move on.
But I do want that for my birthday.
Okay.
Okay. So we had this thing where we were talking about the history of dating. And
Okay.
we're talking about dating in ancient times, Middle Ages, 1900s. I know we don't have a whole bunch of time to spend on it, but Christal, our producer Danielle was telling me about it and to discuss this with you. What is your take on dating as far as how it has evolved over, I say, the last 100 years?
Jesus.
I know.
Well, and shouts out to Danielle. I like her. My middle name is Danielle. We spell the same way. She's dope. Shouts out to her. But it especially, I'm going to speak about it from the African American community, right?
Okay.
Because that's kind of my focal point in the demographic that I talk to. So early on, obviously we went through a lot. Our culture, our community has been through a lot. Our race has gone through a lot. And I think part of the family breakdown, plays into our history. But without getting into all that, initially dating was something that was very formal, right? So dating was something that you had to ask a girl's parents if she was, if you were able to date her, and the young man had to present himself to the parents, tell them that he wanted to court the daughter initially. So that is before you even talk to her, or before you even have access to her, you have to talk to her parents, and they have to deem you worthy, somebody that's worthy of even spending time with their daughter.
That's right.
So we've gone from that to then where the parents were kind of taken out of the equation, especially when our family started to break down. There's often not a father in the home, so there really was nobody to ask and nobody to really hold accountable a young man that had interest in a daughter. So now the guys have access immediately to the daughter, and they're able to ask her on a date. Still, is still a courtship. I would like to take you out. When a guy was interested in a girl, he knew that in order, even if he only wanted sex, he knew the only way to get to that was a series of dates and a process called courtship. Now, somehow, through the 70s and 80s, we got to the 90s where dating became a lot more casual. Dating did not necessarily mean you wanted a relationship. It now just meant I want to hang out and possibly have sex with it. We took off the goal of marriage. Dating, we're no longer dating because we're interested in a relationship or marriage. We now just want to hang out.
Yeah.
So that was an issue, but still you had guys still coming and taking girls out on dates, but leaving the house, the guy comes to pick you up. Girls were real particular about the fact you got to come to my door, pick me up, blah, blah, blah. Now you fast forward to now where dating is not even really a term. People are hanging out. People are kicking it. Let's just meet up, doing meet and greets. Dating is no longer seen as a process that is used to get to a relationship. People are meeting people in a very casual way, and sex is often had on the first date. Not saying that it wasn't before, but it wasn't expected that way.
Yeah.
But now we're kind of moving to where it's just very casual and people are hooking up. That's the biggest thing. Like, let's hook up, let's get together. It's not a process to it. So I think when I'm telling guys, I actually had a gentleman tell me, good luck on your old fashioned ways of wanting to date, because I don't want to spend money on a girl that's not mine. So I think that dating is almost extinct at this point, and people are just kind of hooking up. And I think there are some older fashioned views of it, but a lot of people are meeting people online.
Yeah.
And it's just, let's meet up, see if I like you, I'm attracted to you, and then let's just hook up. But there's not, the courtship process is completely gone, in my opinion, going into 2020. People are not looking at, in order for me to get this girl's attention, I have to take her out and get to know her. That's not a reality at this point.
Got you. So actually the people that are dating are the people that are already in relationships. Not the people trying to establish a relationship. That is so weird to think about that.
Yeah, it would be really weird.
How would you, so my next question is, from your experience with talking to people about relationships and being a person who is dating and gives advice about dating, what would you say, or how would you say would be the best way to navigate dating or navigate getting to know somebody and court somebody and establish that level of trust in this hookup era, so to speak?
Hookup culture.
Well, I mean, I can speak to it because I'm going through it myself. And what I tell people is that, you should never relax your standards for someone else, right? So I know with myself, I'm not into just hooking up or something very casual. I still want to be with somebody that is invested in getting to know me enough to date me. Now, I'm not going to lie. That you find that very rarely. But if I relax my standards, then I'm going to end up unhappy in a relationship that I'm not happy with. So I think that if you're comfortable with a guy, that's what you should do. If you're not comfortable with doing it, then you should not do that. And the same thing with guys. I have a lot of guy friends. If they don't want to spend a lot of money on, you don't have to. You should do what makes you comfortable. But when you meet a quality person, you should realize that is worth investing in, because a real relationship like you guys have, where you've had 22 years together, you've had ups and downs, but you've managed to work it through, that is worth an investment. It's worth an investment.
I
so
agree. If
you find someone that you feel could possibly be worth that type of investment, I don't think you should shy away from it.
I agree. Would you say that it's, because it sounds bleak, I'm gonna be honest, it's scary as hell to me, to have to even consider having to get back into this new world, as I call it, and date and do all of that. So for me, somebody that has a very bleak opinion about it, what would you say to people? I mean, is it possible to find love? It just sounds impossible.
No, I can answer the question.
Okay, we're gonna let the other relationship expert here. The man has been in a relationship for 22 years
with you and myself.
That may make him an expert. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, what I have found.
Okay.
Through my studies.
Through your studies? This nigga out here dating. Okay, I'm listening.
Through my studies. is you have to do large amounts of investigation.
Large amounts of investigation. Okay.
you really have to investigate people, because what it comes down to is
What about spontaneity? And that's gone.
The better you are, the better you are
at being an investigator.
Yeah, the better investigator, then you can do it on the spot.
Okay.
No, the reason why I say this is because and people know me.
Yeah.
The people that on my face, on my social media know me.
Yeah.
People that worked with me in the past know me.
Yeah.
I gave them tons of advice,
Okay.
and I was not wrong.
Yeah.
But it wasn't based on what you think.
All right.
It was based on investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I would sit there and I would ask them questions. Okay, so what does this person do? What does this do? Da, da, da. And we go through this whole thing in rigmarole, and I go, okay, that person would be the one.
Okay.
Most likely, that's a higher percentile right here. This person, this rate, blah, blah, blah. I give my whole spill.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm not talking about this is it's going to be sold separately. But
Gonna sell your program?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a program. It's gonna look like a Monopoly game.
Justin's steps to finding love in the hookup era.
In the hookup era,
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
dating
package
analytics.
Okay, all right.
But no, seriously, it you have to become analytical.
I believe that.
You have to look at who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at their parents. You gotta look. You have to have time to look at these things. Luckily, through social media, it can take like 2 days.
You can.
So you can literally. No, I'm serious. You can literally dig on some shit. And then go, you can look at this person, look at their friends, look at what they do for a living, look at who they want to be, look at some of their. I've looked at people before, and I just went back 2 months on their posts and
but
be like,
judging somebody like off the, like you say, off the dick. That's a J Craft expression. Couldn't that disqualify that person before they've even had a real chance because you're judging them?
Not really.
Okay.
Because
I think so, Judge. I think. Because I will say from my perspective, a lot of guys judge my profile, my social media profile. That has been a huge deterrent to me with dating, because guys will go to my profile and they'll see my professional page and they'll make a lot of assumptions about who I am that isn't who I am. So if you look at my professional page, it's Enchanted PR on Instagram, and then you look at my personal page, which is Jordan.Christal. I'm very different in my personal, intimate life than I am in my professional life. And a lot of guys make some harsh judgments based on what they see with social media. So they assume, you're materialistic, you're this, you're that, you think that you're this. And that's all based on what they've seen on a page. It's not based on them talking to me. So I think that's very dangerous. And I've actually started to not give guys my professional page, because I've had that too many times where people make negative assumptions based on their perspective of who I am on social media.
Got it.
No, I understand her point.
Well, you just have to you have to have a healthy mind. You have to be a person who's healed from your traumas and has a healthy mind in order to be able to effectively go on somebody's social media and discern who they are. Otherwise, you could see a pair of red bottoms and remember the chick that you dated a month ago that was materialistic and you couldn't afford red bottoms.
Exactly.
And now it's her fault now that you can't afford the shit, and now you've decided that you can't afford her or that she's going to want more than you can give.
This goes way beyond that.
I got you.
This involves patterns.
Yeah.
This involves.
But that takes a high level of intellect, babe. And you're not talking. I'm not saying that most people are stupid.
I know.
Most people are stupid.
I know, but. Okay, let me tell you a quick story.
Go ahead.
The guy I worked with, I can't remember his name.
I do.
But the guy, me and him worked together.
Yeah.
And he was on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
And he had 10 women he was hooking up with.
Yeah.
Right? And we were scrolling through, and then I looked at all 10 women. I said, well, stop at this girl right here. He said,
look,
what?
though, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
I know that, but I was just explaining that I was showing him.
Yeah, how to look.
I was showing him how to look, because he wasn't looking at the right things when he looks at a woman.
So maybe that should be a class then.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What you look for.
A lot of times men, they don't. You'll meet a lot of men in this day and era that don't like women. They like the thought of a woman,
but they don't actually.
They don't like women. You know what I do? I ask a woman
That's
all the time.
real.
I say, "What do you like about women?"
You ask men that, or you ask
no?
women?
I ask men that. I say, "So, tell me," because I had a guy who I was working with who was a photographer, and he was taking shots of women, but he couldn't get it right. And I said, "But what do you like about women?"
Yeah.
Tell me what's beautiful about this girl right here. And I pointed to a picture. Tell me what's beautiful about her.
Yeah.
Not the obvious. Tell me what also is beautiful about her.
Got it.
And he struggled. I said, you don't think that her shoulders are beautiful? You don't think that the back of her knees? What about her calves?
That's
her
some grown man
hands?
shit right there, baby. That's kind of sexy.
Yeah, I said,
you look at all of that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I said, you don't think any of that is sexy? I said, there's things about a woman that are sexy, but you just look past it. You look at ass, titties.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's really much it.
Yeah.
And it kind of stops there. You don't look at her toes. You don't see how pedicure your toes are. You don't see how she takes care of herself.
Yeah.
You don't see, there's things about a woman that you can look at and go, wow, that's a really nice woman.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to fit that mold of what people think. So anyway, back to my story real quick. So
Plenty
as
of
we're
fish.
going, with Plenty of Fish, we're scrolling through to stop at her,
Okay.
right? She was the only woman that had a bookcase in the background.
Mm.
You see? So I was like, you need to look deeper. I said, she has a bookcase in the background. I mean, she reads books. There's a lot of them. You should ask her what she reads.
Mm.
So he was like, oh, okay. So then he asked her.
Got it.
And then come to find out, well, she was a teacher and she did this, she did that and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But, she was looking to buy some weed. So he used to sell weed on Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish ain't about dating. That's where niggas go to sell dope. So that's what y'all don't know, but that's the other side of the game. That was free. That was free.
Okay, that's free game?
Right. So anyway,
Okay.
so I was like, go talk to her, sell her the weed, and then to sit down and discuss with her about her books.
Got you.
Because the other girls were all, you can easily look at them and say, this is some hookup shit.
Yeah.
So
women want to hook up just as much as men want to hook up.
exactly.
Okay.
So then after that, I'll shorten the story dramatically because we have a lot of time. Yeah, they end up
get to your
being,
game.
yeah, they end up being
The one he married.
The one he married and
Yeah.
had a child with.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that you can use social media because your job, corporate jobs, use social media to judge people.
Yeah.
And other people, the FBI uses social media to judge people because they're not looking at what you think they're looking at.
Yeah.
They're looking at you. They're looking at your patterns. They're looking at, how you vote. They're looking
Yeah.
at things that you've done in your life, your success stories, your failures.
Yeah.
They're looking at everything as a whole, and they're going, oh, okay, this person is most likely to be a serial killer. This person is most likely to want to date people like you.
Yeah.
This person may hate you. This person may drive you crazy because they're dysfunctional.
Got
So
you.
that's all I'm saying is that you can get some of that
You
info.
just have to have a more
without-
evolved mind
More evolved
to
mind.
do it.
Yeah, you can't go in super judgmental mode. Oh, she got a Benz and I'm driving some other
Yeah.
shit. Man, fuck her, man. I ain't
Leave your
fucking with bitches like
insecurities
that,
at
man.
home when
Yeah,
you dating.
exactly, right.
Okay.
So
Christal, are you ready for Justin's game?
I'm ready.
All right. Justin.
all right, here
It's
we
all
go.
yours.
Okay, these questions are designed for me to dive deep into your psychosis, and I can silently judge you. That's about your answers. No, it's a fun game. I'm not bullshitting. I'm just bullshitting. It's a fun game. It's nothing, nothing's going to pull on you. So, okay, anyway. So this is the name of the game. It's Justin's game. What would you do?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and start. It'll be a few. It's only 12 questions. 12 short questions.
We got time for 3.
You got.
We got 7
Okay.
minutes.
All right. Okay. I'll do the first 5. We'll do the 5 another time.
We spend a lot
Okay.
of time talking about
I know, right?
maneuver JJs. Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. No, that was a good topic though. All right. So, would you sleep with somebody 20 years older or 20 years younger?
Younger.
Ooh.
Okay. Ageism.
She got that new. I'm with you, girl. I'm sorry. I'm kind of with you.
Hold on, though. Ageism.
Ageism.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. All right. So you have a relationship. You have this guy. You really like him. I've been dating for a while. You love everything about him. You think he's perfect. But he wants to use names while you're in bed. So when you're having sex, he wants to call you slut, bitch, nasty fuck, and all this different shit. Do you let him?
Is that the only thing that's wrong with him?
Yeah, that's the only thing wrong
That's
with
the only thing that's wrong.
I'm good with that.
You good with that? Okay.
You're judging me, Justin. He's judging.
Okay. All right. Let me skip that question. Then we'll go to a different one. Okay. So here goes a good one. So you are with your husband, right? You're partying with your husband, and his friend and his wife are out at the same party with you guys. So it's just you guys 4, and guys are just having a great time. Everybody wants to play Strip Connect 4. They insist it is just for fun and there's no ulterior motives. Are you game?
No.
So she didn't like that. Perv
Okay.
shit. Go
All
ahead.
right. Okay. No. All right. Here we go. All right. There's 2 more questions. Okay. So your husband has several highly attractive women that he deals with from time to time. He informs you that it's just platonic only. There's never been any sex involved, and there never will be any sex involved. But he wants to go out with them at least once a month or so. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, last question here. Let's see here. All right. So, the man of your dreams, your lover, your husband, the guy that is everything.
Yes.
One night you guys are kind of in the room, you're doing a little foreplay, you guys are both a little drunk, whatever. At this point in time, he asks you, would you happen to have a pic of one of your homegirls' tits on you? Out of curiosity. He says it means nothing. I don't like her or anything like that, but I was just curious about what her tits look like. If you had the pic, would you let him see it?
If I had the picture, I would, but I wouldn't have a picture of a girl's tits in my phone.
You'd be surprised.
What's the purpose of these questions?
Huh?
To show what? What do you get from the questions?
Oh, I just get a lot.
Oh, this is Justin's personal game for Justin's benefit.
Yeah, just a benefit. So then it just lets me silently judge you. And then I know if you have sexism, ageism, or if you hate BDSM, or if you're a swinger or not, or it just lets me know you're mine.
Oh. So what do those answers say about Christal?
No, it says that she's open.
She's cool, yeah.
She's cool. She's laid back. Yeah. She's open. Now, I have to finish all 12.
To come to your assessment?
Yeah, to get the full assessment. And I get a score. And then I go home, and I have like this book, and I go through, and I put her name and her picture, and I put her score there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but no, I didn't get a chance to finish.
That's
but
creepy.
Next time. I know, right?
That's creepy. You like that?
Yeah,
we can never play this game again.
What do you assess from what you got?
It is, no.
Give me an assessment from what you got. What is the
No. That from what we got so far.
You're cool.
You don't like old people, but you're cool. You have ageism. It's fine.
She got a new for JJ. She can't have no broke, broke thing. Come on,
Some
no.
old man
she said she was very selective about who get the goodies these days. So you're gonna get something at work.
But so far, that you're laid back.
Yeah.
You're open to things, which is good. Which is good because people
don't have a lot of hang-ups.
Yeah, people that are closed off with hang-ups, it's just hard. It's difficult.
It's hard to navigate no.
It's a constant
true.
no.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So, if you were to draw a chart and then you have a certain percentage and then the more no's you have, and I'm not saying you got to be open to do shit you don't like. I'm never saying nothing like that. Right. That pie starts to close, and you get down to a slither, and you get down to 2%, then you get down to 0.1%, and then it's like you have to pick out of that bucket, and it's like that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So,
especially in Atlanta. In Atlanta, that bucket is awesome. It's horrible.
Oh my
God.
God.
There ain't no niggas that like you. They want to know the nigga.
That is not true. Is that true though? Is that a true thing about Atlanta? Just as far as like not being able to find eligible black men that are straight.
Absolutely. Well, I think that you got to understand, Atlanta is, to me, the city that has the absolute most beautiful African-American progressive women. There are a lot of women here, and most of them are absolutely amazing. If I was a guy, I would have probably like 10. They're beautiful. They're amazing. I mean, I'm like, damn, if I was gay, I would be like doing it because there's a lot of amazing women. They're staying in shape. They're doing Kegels. They're doing everything. It's so for men, there's a lot less men. And then there's a lot less men that are as progressive and affluent as the women. So I think that, that creates a dating dynamic where there's, a lot of women to every one man that's, eligible. So it definitely creates I'm not going to lie. The women are amazing here. They absolutely are. Mm-hmm. And I think that Atlanta just cultivates leadership with black women. You have entrepreneurship. You have a lot going on, more so than in other cities. So I think that is the biggest issue, because you hear guys come here and it's like, man, it's so many options. I don't know what to do. I just can't pick. So that, and then you add, there's a celebrity kind of influence here that a lot of people have kind of bought into. So it is difficult, but I believe that true love can always win. So I haven't given up on that. But the city definitely has a reputation that it's earned,
Got it. Well, Christal, we have really enjoyed having you on the show.
Yes.
We've had so much fun. So much fun.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I want you to go ahead and we were talking about your YouTube channel and a project that you have on YouTube. Can you plug that for our viewers so they can go out and support that?
Yes, please. I'm so excited. My YouTube channel, I'm getting ready to drop a new show on my YouTube channel at the top of the year. But I have a new interview that went up this morning from my interview with the ladies from Black Ink Chicago. And I've got a lot of great reality check interviews on there, and I love to hear feedback. So if you get on there and you don't like something I said, or you have something to say, feedback and conversation is what makes it great. So I would just love for people to go to my YouTube page and subscribe. It is Enchanted PR Online. The PR is capitalized, and you'll see all the different reality checks on there. I have one with Tokyo Tony, Black China's mom, that is off the chain.
I bet.
Off the chain. Off the chain. Off the chain. But yeah, any support there, I would really appreciate it as many people as want to subscribe. And please leave your comments, because I love the comments.
Yes. Well, we again thank you for coming on our show, y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in to every week. Y'all come, y'all support, y'all send us the best messages, and we do this for you because we love talking about relationships. We love talking to each other. We have great guests who come on and share their experiences, and again, we thank you for that, Christal, and we thank everybody for tuning in. If y'all want to get more information about Christal's YouTube or some of the other projects that she has going on, go to Enchanted PR on IG and then Enchanted PR Online on YouTube and subscribe and follow.
Yep, and I have my closing.
Thank you.
Okay, what's your closing, baby?
And I'll keep it short and simple.
Okay.
I just want to say this.
You hot?
Yeah, I'm very hot. I'm super hot. Never love a man or woman so much that you know the truth about them. And that's the thing that I always want to tell people. And I told a few people that last week that talked to me about people they were dating and stuff that was going on. And because they couldn't see past certain things.
Got it.
And you have to see everything in order to know if that person, if that's something going forward. So you have to accept people for who they are.
Got you.
Okay.
All right.
That was it.
Well, we thank you for that.
Thank you.
We thank y'all for tuning in. Go to at Date Night with the Crafts on IG and follow us. Date Night with the Crafts on YouTube. Go to our Apple podcast page and rate us. Subscribe to the page. Just keep subscribing. Keep checking it out. We're going to put out as much content as we can to make sure that y'all continue to be entertained by all of this great craftness.
Exactly. Like you said, subscribe, do your thing. I'm going to start DM checking people in a minute. You're going to get a DM check and be like, hey, what the hell you doing?
All right. But again, we thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. And again, thank you for tuning in. Mwah.
Nah.